You see it in jewelry, maybe some old coins. But what if I told you that the future of green energy, and yeah, even the device you're holding in your hand right now, totally depends on silver? Well, in this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain and show you why this metal we think we know is actually the secret engine powering our modern world.
So let's play a little game. What's the connection between your phone, an electric car, and a really solid, well-balanced portfolio? I mean, what's the one thing that ties all three of those together? The answer? Well, it's probably not what you're thinking.
Yep, it's silver. This amazing metal is the hidden engine behind just so much of our modern lives. And that's what we're digging into today. Exactly why silver is way, way more than just something shiny. All right, so the whole story of silver, the thing that makes it so fascinating, really comes down to its dual identity. It kind of lives this double life, And that's what makes it so important in two totally different arenas: technology and finance.
The term for this is a dual-use asset. And this is the key thing to get. Silver is playing on two completely different fields at the same time. On one side, you've got its role as a precious metal, like gold. But on the other, it's a total workhorse in industrial metal, kind of like copper. So let's break that down a bit more. When we say precious metal, what do we mean? Well, it's a classic store of value. It's that safe place to go when currencies get a little shaky. But then you flip the coin, and as an industrial metal, it's an absolutely essential ingredient for innovation and growth. So think about that. Its value can be pushed up by economic uncertainty and by strong economic growth. That's a super rare combo. And honestly, it's that industrial side where things get really exciting right now. I mean, silver isn't just some relic of the past, it is fundamentally wired into our planet's green future. In fact, I think you're going to be pretty surprised when you see just how much of this stuff our industries are actually gobbling up. Okay, look at this. This chart just completely flips the script on what most people think about silver. More than half, over 50%, of all silver demand today comes from industry. So why? What's the big deal? Well, it's simple physics, really. It has the highest electrical and thermal conductivity of any metal on the planet. That makes it pretty much irreplaceable for the high-tech stuff we rely on. So, where are we talking about exactly? Well, for starters, it's almost certainly in the device you're watching this on right now. But it's also a critical component in solar panels, in electric vehicles, in all sorts of electronics, and even in things like medical tech and water purification. Seriously, it's everywhere. And this chart right here, this shows you exactly what that growth looks like in real time. Just take a look at the shift to electric vehicles. The demand for silver just skyrockets. An EV can use nearly twice as much silver as a gas-powered car because of all its complex electronics. The bottom line is, the electrification of our world, it runs on silver. Okay, so we've got this incredible growth story happening on the industrial side. That's one half of the equation. But now let's switch gears and not forget about silver's other face, its classic role as that defensive player, the thing that can bring some real balance to an investment portfolio. And look, this isn't just some old-fashioned idea. It's a core principle of modern finance. The reason it works is because silver's price often moves in a different direction than other assets like stocks. And because of that, it can act as a genuine stabilizer for your portfolio. Let me show you how that works in practice. This is Diversification 101, right? Because silver's price zigs when stocks or bonds might zag. Especially when the market gets choppy, having it in the mix can help lower your overall risk. It smooths out the ride. And throughout history, this has made silver a really powerful hedge. I'm talking about during times of high inflation, or when a currency is getting weaker, or just when there's general chaos and uncertainty in the world. Precious metals like silver have a long track record of helping people protect their buying power. So you've got these two huge forces driving silver: industrial demand and its safe haven status. The question is, how do you even approach it as an investor? Well, the key really isn't about trying to time the market perfectly. It's about thinking strategically for the long haul. And part of that is understanding the real-world challenges of actually owning the stuff. For instance, owning physical silver, it's just not as simple as owning gold. It's way less dense, which means for the same dollar value, you need a lot more space to store it. And then trying to secure and insure all that bulk, that can turn into a real logistical nightmare fast. And that's why, for a lot of people, the smart move isn't about stacking physical bars in a safe. It's about looking at silver as a long-term, strategic part of a bigger portfolio. And you can do that through much easier ways, like ETFs or even mining stocks. Okay, let's wrap this up. When you put it all together,
you take that booming industrial demand and you combine it with its historic role as a precious metal, what you get is a really unique and frankly compelling picture for the future.
So, what does a strategic allocation to silver really give you? It boils down to three key things. Number one, you get exposure to global industrial growth. Number two, you get a piece of the action in the massive clean energy transition. And number three, you get that time-tested stability that comes with a precious metal. It's the whole package. Which brings us to one last question to leave you with. As our entire world keeps electrifying, as we lean more and more on new technologies, could it be that silver is the single most important investment that's been hiding in plain sight this whole time? It's definitely something to think about.